Today, remember this. If you don't decide what's important to you, what your values are, the world has a habit of quietly deciding for you. Not because people are trying to manipulate you, although sometimes they definitely are, but because that's just how life works. We're all immersed in a culture. Our friends have opinions, our families have traditions. Advertisers have products they're desperate to sell you, and social media has an algorithm making educated guesses about what you'll click on next. None of this is inherently bad, although those last two might be. But altogether, they create this really strong current. And if you stop swimming under your own steam, even just for a little while, that current is still going to move you somewhere. There is no treading water. Not choosing values is still a choice. You're just choosing to outsource them to someone or something else. I noticed this a ton after I moved from Scotland to Texas. At the time, I was vegetarian, and as you probably know, Texas has this well earned reputation for spectacular barbecue. Now, nobody really pressured me into eating meat, and honestly, I don't think most people cared one way or the other. But every menu, every gathering, every recommendation, they were all pointing in the same direction towards meat. It made me realize that so much of what I do and think isn't the result of careful reflection as much as I would like to think it is. More often, I think I'm just drifting towards whatever feels normal in whatever environment I'm in. Case in point, up until recently, I wasn't a vegetarian anymore. I was a Texan meat eater. But back when I was vegetarian, it offered this silly little reminder to myself. Yes, about food, but lots of other things too. Every restaurant, every invitation, every trip to the supermarket was this small opportunity to ask myself, is this what I really want? Most of the time, the answer was yes, but sometimes it wasn't. And either way, I felt glad to be a little bit more plugged in and engaged into making those decisions. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. It's everywhere. How I spend my money, how I spend my weekends, how I use my phone, how I talk to people. It's surprisingly easy to mistake what everybody does with what I actually care about, because those are totally not the same thing. Just because they often are doesn't mean that they always are. And the thing is, values aren't tested when it's convenient. They're tested when it's inconvenient, when it would be easier just to fit in or easier to stay silent. These days, I'm less interested in curating a set of values that will look impressive to other people. And I care far more about ones that I've genuinely chosen and that feel like they're genuinely mine. So today, remember this. If you don't choose your own values, you might inherit someone else's. They might be wonderful values, but they also might not be. In either case, it's probably worth deciding consciously for yourself. A question to take with you: what's an opinion or priority that you have that you consciously chose for yourself rather than just absorbed? Talk soon.